Yes, sir.
Forgot.
Yes, sir. Let us know.
Good to go.
Here we go. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Few things that I travel with always help me to get by. Most miles that separate our lives. But I long for a taste of home. I don't get on the road. Fairy tales, little details, fill my heart with joy. Phone rings and I hear your voice for just a sec or two. Don't pillow, I'm lying on reading my teeth. When I'm not here, you're not there. Fill my heart with joy. Baby, my eyes, long eyes, satisfy this boy. Then the distance comes to break my heart in two. Knowing this is that reminds me of the truth. That no five-star hotel or lux resort will ever do. Cause I'd rather spend my time with you. Oh, you know it's true. Spending time with you. Oh, my baby, oh. And when I need something that's sweet, my life, when I need something for the rest of my life, it's true that I'd rather spend my time with. Take my hand, don't tell me to stop. Walk with me in my heart to rock. Dance with me and let's be drop. Take me up on the top. On my knees begging you for a drop. Oh, that sweet little stuff I happiness. Cause I'd rather spend my time with you. Oh, you know it's true. Spending time with you. Oh, my baby, oh. And when I need something that's sweet my life, when I need something for the rest of my life, it's true that I'd rather spend my Gallardo. Going up into the signs of life, and who else can it be? Two cold mountains and four big eyes pointed straight at me. The sound of bars, bark applause, no baby inside. But just in time, a girl arrives, makes it all alright. Now I get to spend that time with now I get to spend my time with you. That was Houston, which has been nominated for a New Mexico Music Award in the reggae category. Hola, everybody. Hello, my name's Josue. We're Los Domingueros. We got Luis Gallardo here. We're missing Dino and Grant, but we also have band mom here, Shanna Urrutia.
Hey.
And so, yeah. Thank you to AJ for having us. We'll let you open this with your questions, brother.
All right. So, background, where you were born, just kind of how you grew up, and so that people can understand the artist a little better.
Yeah, we'll let Lewis open.
Okay.
Yeah, I kind of live in the Southwest. I was born and raised in it. But then being a Spanish back to trying to fit in and not being, I'm definitely kind of one of the white boys of the band.
we call him White Jesus.
But but then, yeah, I lived in Texas for a while, and then I ended up in Albuquerque about 7 years ago, and I've been playing here. I used to be a professional musician, but frankly, it gets a little boring. I do a bunch of jazz, do a bunch of all this stuff. Like, meeting up with Josue, he wanted me to be in his band, and first couple times I played with him, I thought this was going to be a temporary thing. It was just like, oh yeah, I'll do a couple gigs. It'll be fun, like whatever. But Jose's been a good friend, and I've actually kind of come to really like the music that he's been writing and the music that we've been playing. It's very eclectic kind of mix of Latin themed music that I find personally very interesting. So yeah, been what 2 years now?
Yeah, 2 years.
2 years I've been with the band. So
didn't it take like a few months for us to even realize you spoke Spanish?
yeah, no, I'm a very closed person. I don't, I'm loud. I will interact with people, but generally speaking, I don't let people get too close. That's what's been good. Been a good friend, so
You gotta be
so
gentle.
he gets to know I speak Spanish.
It was hilarious because our original drummer, this happened with like everybody. Abe was our original guitarist, and his family's from Chihuahua. He's this little brown dude, but you don't know in New Mexico, right? And so I'd never heard him speak Spanish or anything. And one time we're at practice, and he starts speaking like fluent Spanish, because que chingados, and telling all these jokes. And Javier's like, oh my God, I thought he was the whitest guy in the band, but now he's the most Mexican. And it's the same thing that happened with Gallardo.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it was it Javier, or who baptized you with white Jesus? Was that Abe?
Maybe, I don't know.
I think so, yeah. The same thing with Gallardo. He comes in, and not only does he understand all the styles, but he speaks perfect Spanish, his family from Monterrey. And Javi was like, I don't get it. My brownometer's not working. but yeah, so it's exactly like Shanna said. He's the guy that we all thought was gonna be just like temporary, and the other dude that joined at the same time, the trumpet player, we thought was gonna be the one that joined.
Mm-hmm.
And 3 months later, I'm kicking out the trumpet player, and Gallardo's just like, no, dude, I want to be in the band, and I want to be. And we're like, this is the best fit. Because he sings, he plays, he understands, he sings fluently in Spanish, he understands all the styles, and he's a fucking pain in the ass to deal with, but it makes it fun.
I'm the grumpy one of the band.
That's the funny part is, like, I love it, because, like, I used to be the grumpy old man of the band, but then he came in, and I was like, we were riding back from Santa Fe one time, and just all the like asinine, cocky shit he said. All of a sudden, my wife. It was just a beautiful moment. We've got like Annette in the car. I don't know if Abe was there. But there were definitely four of us. And all of a sudden, Sean just goes, "Oh my God, there's two of you!" And it was awesome, yeah. But no, yeah. So we started the band. And Gallardo's really put his footprint all over. I mean. He always says, "Oh yeah, air band," but I'm like, dude, every one of these songs, the beauty of Vida y Chocolate, which we're about to play, is mostly been his baby. So it's been a good little team effort. Started the band. So I'm from Ciudad Juarez, Chihuahua. I came over because of Family Unity Act, and also my dad was my grandpa was a migrant worker, bracero. And so, I grew up in Bernalillo, and then, for years didn't make music, and I got in an accident that combined with a lot of really traumatic things, and like my body issues, my body like accidents and stuff, made me realize, dude, when I was 37, I was like, dude, you got to do this, So I jumped in, and it was just a combination of all my favorite things. Like, I'm a Latin dancer, so I like bachata, I like cumbia, I like salsa, but I'm a hardcore rude boy. I'm all about the Latin ska, Latin reggae, and so because New Mexico just mostly has a lot of traditional stuff, nobody's really doing anything like that. I've always had to travel to other cities, and I said, if I'm going to do my music, we're going to do it the way I like. At first, it was like a cover band, just us dicking around, and then pretty much when Gallardo, a little bit, like probably 3 gigs before Gallardo joined, our first show at the Launchpad, that's when we started playing like our originals. And I said, like, I don't want to be a band, no disrespect to any of the locals, that has like a signature cover after 10 years or anything. I want I want to bring something to the table, you know. And so Gallardo came in, and when Gallardo came in, he brought the keys, and then eventually we had like that. We had a circus. It was like 8 of us, and then we got rid of everybody, and Gallardo plays lead. He sings. He switches from melodica. Pretty much anything we give him. He's played horns for us at Night of the Living cover bands, and I was like, dude, instead of dealing with a headache with 8 people, we can do what we're doing with 4. And
definitely, that's like a thing, that's one of the things I've liked about working with Josue is that, like, a lot of times with bands, like, obviously, you always have like those classic band breakups, right? Like those big high profile, like, oh yeah, the Beatles hate each other now, right? Like, but it is kind of a thing, managing several people and like several personalities and like trying to find a direction for the band. I think Josue's found like a good compromise, as a leader of the band to kind of get us all together and get it working, right? Definitely, we've been through various iterations of this band. A lot of personnel. I think at this point, like at least 10 people have been in the band in and out over the last like 3 years. But right now our setup is like has been very stable and like just finding like an efficient way to run the band. Like has been, I think that's been my contribution in that, like I've kind of pushed towards keeping the band small but versatile, from a personnel perspective. But I mean, on the other hand, it's always great, like whenever we have like special events, we'll bring in horn players, we'll bring in like all the people. Like definitely there's still gigs that we do that have like 8-10 people show up and like play, and so it's
more people on the stage than in the audience.
It's personalities mixed with lots of moving parts, and then you have a whole the money has to play some of it because you can't just go out and be doing this stuff for free.
Yeah.
And then you have personalities that have to come together at the right mood at the right times, and it's got to be chaos management sometimes.
All the time.
Oh yeah, I mean, and it's not to say I'm easy to work with. Like this is a reason that I'm not in any other bands, right? Like I mean, I've worked with everybody in town as a professional musician. I've worked with pretty much, like I've been in all the cover in like all the professional bands and wedding bands and like all this stuff. And there's a difference between that. You get called up for a gig. Oh hey, we're doing this gig in 2 days. You got to learn 50 songs and like. Do that side versus like with Josue, like we have our repertoire kind of established, but I know he's had to deal with a lot of my personality, like it's like no, I'm not showing up to this stuff, man.
I might have had to pull him out of bed. So I may or may not have.
Oh man, we did.
May not have pulled him out
when we record the studio. When we record the change, he literally like he had to come and drag me out of bed and like get me in the studio so that I could so that we could do this track.
Right.
Like what's your drink?
Like,
latte, vanilla latte or something?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I got a vanilla latte and I was like, motherfucker, it's 1 o'clock. The session is at 1. Your ass is still in bed. But anyway, you said you wanted to hear some more, brother?
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about
Chocolate.
Yeah, chocolate? Okay. This is a song about my mama and music coming back into my life. And I love that Lewis is here because this is like the one that he's really kind of taking ownership for.
Oh, cool.
1, 2, 3, 4. Cuando el día se aproxima y él empieza a cantar, yo entiendo un fuego en mi garganta, la canción de mis ancestros que me impulsa a cantar.
Y esta canción que llevo dentro, oh, 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 de días al atardecer, oh, oh, es lo que mueve mi cintura y levanta mi espíritu hasta el atardecer. Y mi ser se levantó con la necesito y no lo puedo controlar. Y yo sé con esa canción que llevo que ya no hay vida de chocolate con sabor a vino tinto y el olor a café. Vida de chocolate y el sabor caliente y mi corazón también. Y esta canción me alimenta, la melodía féchame, me da la fuerza para crecer. Y las canciones se pasen, me sabe que eso me comida con tortillas de harina, se sale pastel. Chihuahua y mi ser, se lo necesito, no lo puedo comprender. Y yo sé con esa canción que ya no hay nada que me puede vino de chocolate con el sabor a vino tinto y el olor a buen café. Vino de chocolate y el pasar para caliente y mi corazón también. Gallardo. Esa bonita, esa bonita, esa bonita, esa bonita, la melodía de mi ser, esa bonita, la melodía de mi ser, esa bonita, y mi ser se elevó con una tan necesito y no lo puedo. Y yo sé que con esta canción que me puede vino de chocolate con el sabor a vino tinto y el olor a buen café. Vino de chocolate mi alma para caliente y mi corazón y mi corazón también. Y mi corazón también. Y mi corazón también. Y mi corazón también. I think that G is out. Yeah, so the funny part about Vida, I think first time we played it, we didn't actually play the whole song. We played like a little snippet of it, and Gallardo absolutely loved it. So he was like, let's do it, yeah, let's do it. I love it. It's a great song. And the first time I actually played it, it was on the bass. And so we sat down with Isaac, and he wrote that little part, and we loved it so much that right away pulled out the phone and did like an acoustic version of it. But the first time we debuted it, he starts being a jackass. He just starts going,
Because the chord progression is the same as Back in the Chain Gang or Fotos y Recuerdos, which is Selena. So he's just going, whoa! And then I just look at him, and usually I'd be like, what the fuck, you dumbass? But like, we were like, that works so well.
So we kept it in the song. I mean, like it had to go in. It had to go in because it's like, you know, classic Selena song, classic, like, you know, anybody. It's probably the Selena version is probably more famous than like the what is it, Scottish version or whatever.
Oh no, is it the Pretenders, Back in the Chain Gang?
Something like that, yeah, Back in the Chain Gang. But it's essentially the same chord progression, and so we're like, we got to throw that in there. And I mean, I do that a lot, you know, like, I'm sure Josue gets, like, very annoyed. I try and make the band laugh on stage, you know, throw in stuff like that. It's okay.
Isn't that kind of like the dog tradition, is to fuck around a little bit? Like,
yeah, I mean,
make fun or have fun.
hey, you know, like, I spent a lot of time, like, doing, like, professional gigs and, like, not having fun, right? Like, that's when, like, it's, like, really funny when you become a musician. There's a reason that, like, professional musicians make any money at all. Is that it's just, it becomes not fun, right? And so for me, like, you know, being in a band like this, it's always been about, like, you know, just having fun, like, you know, yeah, make great music, but also if I can throw these cats off by, like, you know, making a joke here and there, like, I'm gonna do it.
or like I'll a string will snap, or I'll need to do something for a second. I'll be like, buy me some time, you know? And so I think he's gonna talk to the audience. Hey guys, it's like, so Swed just asked me to buy him time. Let's all just stare at him.
He broke his string.
Fuck you, dude.
And he wants me to buy him time. So I'm up here telling you guys about, you know,
It's the time that I am buying.
it's great because he's all nervous, like, oh man, I gotta do this thing. I'm like, yeah, dude, come on, you can't be taking it that seriously, like.
Yeah, and then and he's it's kind of cool because he's got his own little band called like one day we had so the thing about New Mexico is it's very steeped in like tradition, like their traditional New Mexico music, and so it's very difficult to really introduce somebody to like there are more genres of music in Spanish than there are in English. You know what I mean? And so when you see, like, when people think of that here, they're like, music in Spanish, like, oh, that's supposed to be an E7. I need to tune the guitar. It's like all boom, 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 you know? And it's like hard to get them away from that, right? So
Kind of more polka almost.
yeah, that
Mexico,
yeah.
that.
And so
I mean, the worst part is that a lot of people here, I mean, like, you know, this is where it gets kind of, a lot of people get mad at me. They're just like, nah, a lot of it's not good, right? Like, you know, for me being norteño, like, when you're Hispanic and you come here and, like, you listen to people, like, fuck it up, like, you know, it can get kind of, you know, so we were outside of Marvel one day listening to a band play Volver, right? And they're, like, playing, like, a super clean version, like, you know, like
badly pronounced Spanish
of Volver, and, like, not sin meterle huevos, like they would say, you know, it's like, yeah, man, Los Alfredo Jimenez would never sing it like that, right? Like, and we were just like, you know what? How about let's make a band? We were talking about how about let's make a band in which we just, like, really fuck up all these songs, like, deliberately make them, like, terrible. Just do punk rock, like, rock versions of stuff, like, you know, and and since his name's Josue, and I admitted pretty trashed at the time. I was like, yo, dude, what if we were Josue los Pusigatos instead of Josie and the Pussycats, right? Let's just fuck up mariachi music, like, you know?
And I just looked at him and I was like, F you. And then all of a sudden, like, yeah, I had this open mic which just happened to be, like, in his neighborhood. Literally, like, he could jump the fence and come over to the brewery. And one day he just going at it. And he's like, dude, yeah, we could wear, and I was like, well, we could wear lucha masks. He's like, yeah, we could do these in punk rock.
Right.
So then it's 30 minutes from over there to my house, or 25. All of a sudden I get there, and on the Domingueros chat, he's got, like, all these songs. So we're like, all right, Josue los Pusigatos. And originally we only did one practice because we deliberately wanted it to sound like ass.
Terrible.
Like terrible. So we would switch instruments and then wear lucha masks and talk shit about Los Domingueros, right? And we do, like, Paquita la del Barrio. We do some funny shit. And then when Domingueros goes on stage, we talk shit about Pussy Gatos.
Trash Pussy Gatos.
But we do it so convincingly that people like will get turned off by us. They think, "Wow, what assholes!" They're weird.
We were at a show in what's that Boxcar? So the new Boxcar opened up in Santa Fe, and we did a gig there when they opened up, and like all these people were there, and like we were absolutely trashing like Pussy Gatos before we got on stage with Pussy Gatos, right? And like we take a break, so we get off stage, and like a couple people approached me and were like, "Hey, like, why are you talking so bad about this band? Like, what's going on?" Like, it's like they thought we were serious. It's like, oh, I just thought we're gonna go back up there. Like, we're gonna put the masks on and like we'll go back up there. And they're like, seriously, like that's. But it was so funny. It was kind of fun that like these people were convinced that that we were actually trashing this band. Because I'll be very vocal about it. I'll just be like, it's just. It's a terrible thing. Like we were asked to play with this band, and we hate them. I mean, like just sharing a stage with them is a regrettable.
We're talking about Pussy Gatos.
Yeah.
It's like not wiping your butt all the way, right?
Yeah. That's exactly what it's like. You need to use that shit.
Like when you're rushing, like.
So now it's become kind of a tradition that whenever we do Pussy Gatos gigs, which has been more frequent, like especially when we do like our longer gigs that are 3 hours. We have various incarnations of like the band that are like that we do, and so we'll do like a Pussy Gato set, and just the entire time just trash Domingueros, and like and vice versa,
Dude,
right?
Mexican ladies love that shit.
You should have like a Twitter war or something. That'd be hilarious.
You should start one, dude, and just talk shit about each other.
Just be like this fucking band.
But I know
I'm terrible at social media, so like
I don't like being on it.
yeah, like but that would be a good reason to go on social media, just to trash Domingueros.
These two Hispanic bands are going at it,
dude, a lot. It's funny because like I will play. Jordan Lopez made this joke about like there's like these Hispanic people that will use like their Spanish roots to demean immigrants. So I make it a lot too, and people think like I'm trying to trash racism, and people think I'm like racist. Dude. But anyway,
I will say while we're on the topic of other like the other projects that we've been involved with, our drummer and our bassist are actually have a band called
Donkey Show.
We have a band called the Donkey Show that they do together. That was also kind of like a late night. We're all like after a gig, kind of discussing like they never heard of like the Tijuana Donkey Show. That was like something I grew up with, right? Like living in California, you'd hear about it, like the legendary.
Oh god, is that what we're talking about?
Huh? Or the chupacabras, yeah, dude. It's like those are like Cali, like SoCal things, and so yeah, these guys decided like, oh yeah, like let's start a band called the Donkey Show. It's like pretty. When I heard about it, I was like, oh my god, dude! Like, there's no way that these guys. And now they did it. They just played a gig yesterday, and like that's another incarnation of our band,
And then we got Jason and the Oregonauts. It's him and a drummer. It's Grant. They do like all kinds of jazz standards.
Okay.
But anyways, let's you want to do it song?
Who's got the song?
Oh, I'd have to get on the guitar.
Up. Switch room.
You got to pick.
Do you have something you can play, or are you just gonna sing?
No, I just backup singing because we got those.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to do like do you want to do
better? Since that's the one that everybody knows.
Well, yeah, I guess we could do one better.
Oh no, it's your band.
Let's see. I need to. This is like dumb that I need to actually still look up this. This makes it better, right? It makes it worse, but also better.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Ooh, jeez.
They're brand new thing.
Hard, yeah, dude.
Brand new.
These are. Whoa. Okay. Sorry, I'm like out of it. It's early in the morning. Este amor apasionado, todo alborotado por volver. Toda la locura, la tortura, se querer. Nos dejamos hace tiempo, ya llegó el momento de perder. Tenía mucha razón, dejar el corazón y me muero por volver. Y volver, volver, volver a tus brazos otra vez. Y llegar hasta donde estés. Yo te perdí, quiero volver, volver. Nos dejamos hace tiempo, pero me llegó el momento. Tenía mucha razón, de lo que es el corazón, y me muero por y volver, volver. Y a tus brazos otra vez, llegaré hasta donde estés. Yo te perderé, quiero volver, volver, volver. Y volver, volver. Quiero volver, y a tus brazos otra vez, llegaré hasta donde estés. Yo te perderé, quiero volver, volver. Yeah, that's like what we do in Pusirat is just kind of like, yeah, it's mariachi music, but we're really not trying to, we're not trying to make, yeah, just have fun, man. Because like a lot of people here take it like, oh yeah, misa mariachi, right? Like it's like, no, we're not at church. Like where I grew up,
Right?
where I grew up in Monterrey, right? Like my hometown, like you go get mariachi at like 2, 3 in the morning, so that your parents that you like her, right? We call it, so, and right, it's you bring the whole back, the whole back. That's my call. So like it's very funny. You come to the US and like I mean yes, like it's Mexico's classical music, whatever. But like the reality, it's like people, right? Like yeah,
Getting
Yeah.
fired.
all kinds of stuff that's supposed to be fun. Not supposed to be like I don't know. I,
You gotta get the
oh,
He's got his empathy. He's got his own Jaguar. Fucking hilarious. The whole and the plastic
I have a mask. Like, you guys-
under your bucket.
oh yeah,
one, but
I don't want to work. But yeah, no, yeah, the whole which I'm asked. Like we always
I was gonna ask.
what time? I um.
All right. What did you want?
sure.
Quizás no llegues a las estrellas ni al fondo del mar. Oh, tener tu casa como una oferta. Yeah, yeah. Quizás crear su voluntad pensionaria. Oh, pero será que buscar más el sueño de alguien más. Yeah, yeah. La vida que se perdió y alguien se equivocó. Nunca se le planea más. Verás que se te acaba. Pero cuando al fin te das cuenta que no es como los demás, empieza a notar intentar venir y tratar de apagar tu reloj. Oh, los problemas llegan, pero nunca se acabó tu valor. Yeah, yeah. Las pruebas llegan, pero yo nunca se anunciaron. Oh, y por fin aprendes que adentro tiene la solución. Yeah, yeah. Y es que por fin dice cuenta que no somos los demás. Sabes bien que estás solo. Ahora por fin nace que la chus. Ahora empieza a ahora por fin sabes bien que estás solo. Ahora por fin entendiste que tu vida es ahora tuyo. Te queda falta. That's Toulouse. Gallardo on the solos. That's another one he left his footprints all over, dude.
Nice.
Yeah, when we recorded in the studio, he was just like solos, everything. I think what was it, like a 13? We got there at 6 and left us. You left at 6:30.
I left. Yeah, it was like a 12-hour session, and in the morning, like 6 in the morning, I left. But it was that was the other thing is that Josue trusted me to kind of do all of the recording parts without him, without his input. So at the time we were trying to just get it done, right? But what happened was that we're working with this engineer, and he's, well, maybe you should do this, maybe you should. I adding bits and parts, much bigger project. He had originally it was just like, oh yeah, we're here, do background vocals with mine. We ended up I ended up doing a bunch of guitar parts and a bunch of keyboard parts, several
Sure.
voices like we did at least 10 tracks in the background. It was it like intended.
One of my stuff. I just got that, like that song.
That's one of the songs like I don't know,
Nice.
produce and handsome. They were like people gonna do that. So what? Oh yeah, just that song. I think split.
I got split. Sorry, I think away.
Luis Gallardo
Thank you.
with Goodbye to Friends People.
Ron? All right, man. Well, that was Lewis. Lewis had to go to an interview, or not an interview, last yesterday. But hey, now you're stuck.
No problem. Sounds like a fun activity. Your wife just fed us. Oh my god. So good. Such good food.
Yep, she made homemade corn tortillas, tacos and pastor. Delicious.
My wife is going to be really good.
Actually should be good at some good fucking food.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Delicious.
man. What do you want to rant about?
So I have one question coming. I guess like a bucket list question. Where's one country that you hope to play sometime in your career?
Maybe England.
England?
Yeah, I'd say or Argentina, because I'd say but we've already played. Well, my dream is Mexico City. My dream would be like which, but yeah, it'd probably either be Argentina because Latin South side, or people could like deploy the two.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Or I mean, I'd say Jamaica too, but Jamaica's not really like connected to like third wave ska at all, or even ska punk. They're more about the like the '60s stuff,
Right.
and a little bit of two tone. Because the original two tone was like ska punk, special stuff like that. Yeah, that would be my bucket list right there. Those countries to play. Yeah.
Well, do you want to play another one of your songs, or is there a cover you want to play, or you know what I mean?
Whatever you're feeling, man. I'm down. I'm down to share more of our music, obviously.
You have something even more brand new that you're kind of working on, or not really?
I could show you one that I'm working on. Check it out.
Like a sneak peek.
Sneak peek. Yeah, not even Lewis hasn't heard it. Move your mic here. Just check it out. Lewis hasn't heard it. Dino and Grant heard a little piece of it. Yeah, but all of my songs are, for the most part, from the heart. Even the goofy stuff, like, back to you. The message is really tender in the sense of, like, it's talking about how these, all of these annoyances are back, lead me back to the woman that I love, right? So this one is, I got the rhythm when I was in Australia, actually. They all have their little story. Like Toulouse was inspired by it was like a 500 like milligram or like half a gram kind of like big cream cookie. I took it in like the 4 hours from Chiapas to Tijuana, literally like across the whole country, Mexico, and I was like opened my eyes, I should go to sleep, right? And when I woke up, I had a little in my head. So this one is really personal. It talks about how like you know, a lot of that. I don't know. Domingueros has been like a mental health journey for me. So I've been doing a lot of therapy and stuff. And I do have a very hot cold personality. I don't want to say like bipolar yet, you know. And so it's about like your thoughts, like the battlefield of the mind, which is quoting a religious book. You know the good side of the mind and the bad side. Um, yeah, so that's what the song is called. You know, like I'll give you a little bit of lyrics, just like a pendulum swing, my head swings back and forth on its own. One day you're on cloud nine, the next you feel alone. Like one day I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, let me get it, and the next day I'm like, oh my god, I wanted to, you know, have bad thoughts. And I always ask myself, will this path lead me where I need to go? Like, is this gonna get me anywhere? You know, and the chorus is like, you know, these thoughts can make or bring you to your knees. This time I'll find the thing that keeps me strong and cures the need to break down the weight. That's what I sing. So it's like, just, yeah, you know, when I'm dealing with triggers and when I'm dealing with like stuff in my life that I'm working on, you know, it's like I'm seeking the path to try, you know, and that's yeah. Anyway, I'm just gonna try it. It's like a pendulum swings my head back and forth on its own. You're on cloud nine, the next you feel alone. Yeah, I always ask myself, is this path lead me where I need to go? With everything going down like ticks, something never seems to help. Floating a number in the haze that seems surround. It seems all upside down. Could it be that I'm lost away? Don't ever look away. It's hard to stay on track. Don't worry about the critics saying behind your back. Cause there's time you come to your need. I'll find the thing that keeps. I didn't say it right for this. This time. Each stop can never bring it to your knees. How can you that keeps you strong and just the need to always break down, always break down. This is what I said. No threat, lost you can't wait no more. The day burns fast. My heart take control. I never asked myself if this is the way to go. Must be the type of talk of love that on their own. Will there be something that that keeps me strong because of me? Always rain down, always rain down. This is what I said. And I let go, stop thinking words that ain't real. On that way of everything. No more breakdown, no more breakdown. Now I'm still working. Thanks, man. I realized like all the things like this. My position, like you got a guitar right here. Right? Yeah, but that's obviously not polished. Yeah, and yeah, the band has we heard that. But we've got we've been playing three new ones, and we've got another three. Lewis has his own music. I wish didn't think about it. But yeah, a lot of these things like to change and run with it. The songwriters today. What else do we have? One called Time. That are about like that, about the mind, about healing. Toulouse is about we played it earlier. It was dedicated to kind of like himself. Not only believe for his purpose. And when you align yourself, you're cut. Everything. Yeah, I, we were talking about corporate Christian the other day when we were in the Irish, and so I wrote a whole EP based on like 1645, and that one. Like, these days when I write, I don't try to like write a song in my head or singing it, coming into it, and then when I get home, I'm like, look, no bias, don't think about it. But when I really start thinking of the chord progression, I'm like, I wrote another 164. But what I ended up doing, started messing with it a whole bunch of stuff. Just getting in and out of the scale or just sitting it here and there, and it gave like really pretty colors. Uh, I don't know. I think I get that in where the whole thing. So, never gonna be able to do that. I'm just starting, Right. So these are just like progress stories of my journey to find myself heal a lot of trauma, just a lot of stuff, that comes from comes from our culture, background, our lack of. So yeah, anyway, I'm ranting, but it's that's most of my we start off with that whole Manila based band thing. We still play on it in the ska, but I really can't keep it back there. But at the same time, yeah, I mean, every has like a strong deep or like deep. Let's play with that. Yeah, oh, popular. you know. And then in Spanish, like in New Mexico, unless you know, I still thinking about your every day. Right? Yeah, I think harder in alternative Spanish. That's what's and it's like my favorite song of all. I forgot how they. But long story short, we played it the same way for like years. That's like wrong. Yeah. So I it took a lot. You have to learn, which makes it harder, right? And I think that's right. And I mean, we're a small geographic, small town, Albuquerque. Sometimes we get outside, tours. We don't bring the crowd. We can't even compare to. I don't know who we compare to as far as we're small still. But I think we could
70s. Oh, gives all this stuff. Everything that you touch is where I relate to. That's what's
Thanks.
but it's all the helps people hearing, and then hopefully yours. It's and but everything so much,
Yep.
and so these hurtful songs, these things, just hopefully helps.
Yeah. Absolutely. First year, we more or less around the time like yeah, I was going to make the first stuff with me, man. A lot of me, I'll admit, just a lot of this me burning just because trigger. And when we first started to take this serious, like playing at the launch pad, you know, all the way, like Latin, local, all the theaters that were bands. It was really cool. You know, but that would share my experience with people and the things that we went to Mexico last 4 times to work on my physical or a lot of doctors, a lot of therapy, uh, a lot of hypnotherapy, and a lot of research. So what I would do is I would reach out to musicians in Moscow to connect them. There's two really members. I'm not going to say who I see, but that I would help out. So yeah, that you talk about suicide, mental depression, like years that resonate percent. I hear that a lot of that deal with a lot of sponsorship here, and so it's like I've been constantly, dealing with personality, dealing with physical issues, and all that gives me like more gas. So yeah,
For your
bro. Yeah, I mean, made like that. That means a world because, dude, making original for the week. I'll write a my take the gas. Wow, but any joke, I don't that to me. Anything else. I play that shit. Dude, you're so good. You're so like the truth of the matter. Anybody can cover. All right. I'll work you cover bands. But cut you.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, take it a little bit too serious, and I make a lot of cover band jokes. But no, like I hear that, like, dude. I mean, to date, I think that like I want to say about $5,600 recording, right? And I mean, I think just the other day, $37 off your music. If you put in visit the camp, maybe it's don't get me wrong. Now I'm selling the CDs, but like what I'm getting at is we're not into this. you get hired as a cover band, good money. You go out there to represent all music. It's like we barely got there. Or they would bring house. So when people tell me yeah, that's rewarding. Opening my eyes, hang out with the Domingueros. Every time they come to town, Bucket hits me up here. Bucket helped me get my guitar, really working guitar right here. Like, the fact that I caddies, they put us on their list. Like that's the reward on that side. But the fact that I'm doing something that's making a difference and helping people know, like it, because at the end of the day, no matter what people say, this is entertainment. It's entertainment. But if we fuck yeah, like or we recorded that and we involved the beat. I don't know, whatever it is, don't get offended, guys. Just movies. If I got the letters wrong, solo is overcoming death, not overcoming death, but moving on. And that goes.
Mm-hmm.
And like we did that at the album, social club, the oldest LGBT club, and they used to dress true thing, like back when. I mean, you get a tap thing,
Right.
and you and bring out the role. That's cool. You know what I mean? We're giving. And yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna rant about it all day, but I'm glad that in some way or shape or form we could be doing something substance.
We can heal together. From what direction?
Yeah.
We together and all. And doesn't matter what you like. Doesn't matter what you. Doesn't matter what you believe or feel.
Yeah.
That's the. It's like you artists to figure out how to song that you do in our heart. Yeah. There's words, or it's hard. Emo, singing about very dark secret stuff. If the music, so you don't care.
Yeah.
And that's what I.
Well, it's like when the music. Ransom. Yes, sir.
I grew. I'm a. I was born late, but I'm 80s. So even when I or some of the
Yeah.
I was, how when I see
Yeah.
I had to pick up lots of stuff, but
Yeah.
pretty awesome. Man. So, not your last, to me,
Oh.
if you were to meet your, what advice would you give?
Geez, that's a good one. I would to not be afraid and do the thing he wants to do. And not be, not me, that his family and church people, the school people tell him, Josue, you may be down, you may be broken down, maybe whatever, but that is not a situation you cannot get out of. And just because family, friends, your upbringing, your your environment, right, may tell you different. That doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
And believe in yourself, really, and don't believe that these situations are going to let you. And I tell them, don't forget to work is what's going to get you. I don't know, some of because
Stay on
I really, huh?
Stay on the hustle.
Yeah, it's kind of what is it? Kind of, you say like don't get stuff, but that's something I with Trump. Jewish. I'm sure everyone grass is greener. Kind of like
Right.
yeah, it's the part of learning bad thoughts
Mm-hmm.
and thoughts that are just bad as impressive, but stuff where you bullshit yourself, you don't get to, and then guess what? Like acid depression.
Right.
A lot of my job is attached to, that's why I make surgery. Yeah, surgery on my back. I sound like I need a back. I need a back. Right? Happy. Yeah.
So we know you have a couple dogs and Bulldog, King Ramsey, right?
Disease.
And then
Right. Oh, those boys. He was unfortunate about those.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's why he's it's called like heartache, loss, because
I always miss the dog. Sure. I don't care if it's 2 hours when I get home.
yeah. Nature thing. I love my dogs.
They're healing. Well, dogs.
Yeah, man. I love my boy. Holy shit. Sometimes I take solo shows. Cool with it. I'll take him to breweries, and I'll tie this shit back. He's 100,
Yeah.
but I'll put him in a jar. He goes, "Can I take you now?" You gotta. No, I'm like, yeah, but he just and so, oh, dude, yeah, he is
That's good.
shameless about it.
Right?
No, I like being younger. My wife will like, aren't you look people?
I can try.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I don't give her like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Can I throw it? Not a big one. Can you play
Suavecito.
the
Suavecito. Mocha?
solid?
Which one?
The I guess we call it the old school Raiders. So
This is I've heard about this song that are called Suavecito. Yeah. Suavecito para arriba. Para arriba.
lower one. The camera. It's an older.
Yeah, I've heard of it. tell you. All right, I can try to.
Play another one. I don't have the kind of
Do you have
catchy.
Okay. Okay, back here. This song is me bitching about being married. I'm just kidding. Basically, it was like the second Domingueros song. And it's the first one that actually happened before even the band started. And then I'll think of it went different. I forgot. And I don't know, the first time I wrote and the funny part is the C. And it's like I don't know, like this it was in my head and I started writing and all those little kids. So like, I always tell people, like, I'll be walking around, get up on my feet, doing my thing, and I'll be right there in the conversation. And she's not gonna ask me last water. She's gonna wait not until I come to bed. Once I'm like, how are you? I said, baby, I need to buy some wine. Right? Or she'll say stuff like, what about like, you put the wrong spoon, this piece over here, to whatever. And I'm like, you got fun, you know. And so the song is all those little things that we bitched about, but how beautiful. Right? To me, I thought, I don't know, that.
There's an awesome part and really grew up. He's talking about, how his wife, obviously, the idiot, how, like, we, maybe, few people before.
Yeah. Like, I'm married. I grew up eating. I grew up eating when like taking a bath, and all of a sudden my dad's doing their shit. And I'm like, what the fuck? Now I'm like, I'm taking this shit. I got to. I'm not like I'm thinking, like, what would you want that to go? I don't want to see your shit. Right. I'll play it back to you. Well, something about the way she drives me mad. Crying up to stand. I forget. Wait until I'm cozy in my bed. Just like before a drink of oil, or even a snack. She better rush. You pull a question on me, the pickle guys, you'll kind of who I kill. Knows I'm not already no match. It's all I leave back. Tell. So don't worry, I do the same. Tell. I'm gonna move over here. That's good. Nice. You're gonna be talking. I have like a news. As long as you find a way to do all the things that lead me right down. Well, every face she's alright. She's alright. She's alright. Well, all her fucking plans are here. She's alright. She's alright. She's alright. She's always finding ways to tell alright one more time. So she found a way to leave me back to her side. She bets the rest. Well, that's what I mean. It gets annoying really well. Nobody can stop doing it. Put up with that bullshit on my days. All I leave back to you. Don't worry about the to you. I thought we found to do sending me back to all sing, bring it back to you. All my dreams, bring it back to you. And all bring it back for all my days. I need it to you. And rather than you, personally, right now, I think the road is you know that all I need, don't worry, that is tell all I need, tell all of me right now. Don't matter, I live now. Don't worry. And now, all of me, living inside you. These are.
She got her own. Makes her.
I was gonna say, I think so. We all come to that part of life, right? I'm not sure. Cool, man.
Um, um, is there any last statement you want to say about family? Like, what's the core message about?
I used to tell people to reach out because you're beautiful. You know, like, where's the bad rest? I that because that all the bad thoughts that we let come us life. I also want to tell people that you know I grew up with other people that are crazy. I grew up being that way. With accidents. And people say, "Well, crazy guy, he did this." I have known I did that again. I have acted. I've had anxiety where I break down in front of Ivan, and I have gone and like spew out poison tirades right I say this. Because I say that it's really easy to say these days something cute. Oh, I'm taking a day off. Day off. Mental health. And I know this, but especially somebody yeah, it's needed. But we don't really we're not a really we don't like it's the people that are to love people that are to accept people that are actually the people that like the people that we tend to a lot of times need to. So I say mental health. How about out for isolating, okay? And the problem is it's we work we work to we worked. I need to hear we and stuff. Why don't we have that? Why don't we work? Why don't we fuck up? Okay, it's canceling cancel culture. But what are we doing
Right.
And so, yeah, me mentioned about we be there for the people, because, dude, all about the love, I submitted my and personality, and I needed, I needed it, I needed it. You know? Yeah, so I think that's what, reach out, easy,
Yeah.
and you know what, be there.
Sure.
It's not easy. I'm not saying there's a lot of fucking for it either. You know what I mean?
Sometimes, I mean, it's you go to, you may not you need to hug the. Sometimes it's all whatever.
Yeah,
Or feels brings out some of your love.
yeah, absolutely.
I agree.
You hear it? Cool, man.
Launch. We have a pretty. I'm gonna
Anytime.
love you guys.
Yeah. What's big? Some pizza.
Yeah.
Thank you very much,
You.
my man, and listen to the podcast, the Gallardo podcast from my man AJ.
And you have any shows coming up out there?
SC Award. Or when April 7th, Friday 12th, we played at Bar and Brewery in Oro, New Mexico. It's gonna be a 2-3 hour set. We got Ezra, who can't play. Ezra is gonna be playing that show. Students are sent fast. And then in we have the 420 Fest in Silver City, New Mexico. Yeah, I'm fresh out of flight, flying from Charlotte to do that. Yeah, they're sending me home. Then 7 Boxing Bear Brewery, Firestone. We're gonna have it's fourth annual, but it's the first time we're doing it. And, gathering a nation. The nation's not ready.
Oh, sweet.
We're bringing like badass Scotland. Badass.
Nice.
Their horns are so dope. And then we have be spinning. We're going to be having a art market. And then maybe the proof. You got those. It's absolutely free. 27, 5 p.m. 10 pandas. Doing all the Iron Maiden. Yeah.
Right.
Follow us. Let me
All right.